everyone. This is Anna. I'm a retired teacher and I love putting together some lessons for my grandson who is 2.5 years old. Today I'm going to share with you my pumpkins and spiders hands-on learning activities for children 2 to 5 years old. Many of the materials for these activities are from the dollar store or from things that you may already have around the house. This first activity is a literacy activity. So we would read the 5 little pumpkins. We would probably count the pumpkins, talk about how they're orange, read the whole book. Then we would read the Itsy Bitsy Spider and probably sing the song, talk about spiders and how they have 8 legs, and talk about the spider web. And then we would do some activities with the spider web. For this first activity, this is a letter matching activity. I'm using this printable that I created with a spider web, and I put some letters. I'm going to link this below. This is a free printable. I'm going to be using these magnetic letters. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our child look at the letter, say the name of the letter. This is the letter B, that says B, and then they can match it. This is the letter F that says F, and they would match it. And they would do that with all of the letters on the page. This next activity, it's a number quantity activity. We're using the spider web. I'm using some magnetic numbers, and I'm using some plastic spiders that I put in this box that I got from Dollar Tree. The spiders were actually rings, and I just cut the bottom part off. So we would put the magnetic number up there, and then we would count the spiders. 3, 1, 2, 3. This next activity, we're going to be reviewing colors. This is a spider. It's just a circle. It's construction paper. And then I put some little rectangles here, different colors, and I glued some eyes. Then I'm using clothespins. These are from Dollar Tree. And I put a little bit of construction paper here. So what our child is going to do is get the clothespin and practice opening and closing the clothespin. This is not easy for toddlers, especially for 2-year-olds. So we want to teach them how to open and close, and then they can match the color. Purple, red, and so on. This is such a fun way to review colors. For this next activity, I'm using this printable that I got from the internet. It's a spider, and so what we're going to do, we're going to count the legs. We're going to count the 8 legs. I'm using a magnetic number and whatever manipulative you have. These are little erasers. These are from Target, from their $1 bin. I have pumpkins or little spiders, pom-poms, buttons, whatever you have at home you can use. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the little pumpkins on the legs and we're going to count 1, 2, 7, 8. What a fun way to count and to learn our numbers. This next activity is a fine motor skills activity and also eye-hand coordination activity. I'm using some stickers from the dollar store. I put them on a popsicle stick. So what our toddler is going to do is take this out one at a time and count them. 1, 2, 3, and so on. Then they can just put them all back in again. It's a fun way to practice counting. It's a fine motor skills activity, and it's also an eye coordination activity. activity, I'm using this pumpkin that I am recycling because I was not going to use it anymore, but it's good for this activity. I'm using some of these golf tees that are my husband's, and I'm using a hammer that we already had from another toy. So what our toddler is going to do is get one of the little tees and put it and just hammer it. Then they can turn it around, get another one, and just hammer it in. This is a great fine motor skills activity and also eye-hand coordination. Now if you don't have a pumpkin, you can use a piece of styrofoam and use the little tees, the hammer, and they can just hammer in the tees to the little piece of styrofoam. They can have a lot of fun doing this, counting, maybe saying the colors, and just putting the little tees in. For this next activity, I put together this sensory bin. I have some black beans. I have some of these little pumpkins. These are from Dollar Tree. And so what our child is going to do is just play, filling up the little pumpkins with the black beans. Just a great way to have fun. Another thing that you can do with your sensory bin, I use some of this plastic eyes. These are from Dollar Tree. There's 12 pieces in each little bag. So we can have our child look for the little eyes. You can have them sort them by color, or you can just have them look for them. Children love to play with sensory bins. And it's a great idea to have lots of books. So through the week, you can read the 5 Little Pumpkins. Maybe this one, it's Pumpkin Day Mouse. Corduroy. Clifford. Lots and lots of cute books. Another thing that you can do is make one of the sensory bottles. I really like these bottles. They're very inexpensive to make. And as your toddler sits there, as you're reading the stories to him, he can be playing with these sensory bottles. This one has some water beads. I added baby oil and then some plastic bats and plastic spiders in there. One thing, be sure that you hot glue the top so that they are not tempted to open it. But this is really soothing. As you're reading to them, they can be looking at this water bottle. It is a sensory bottle. I really like these. I hope you enjoyed the activities that I had for you today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.